if you could explain to us a bit of how you price. Obviously, you can't give us exact numbers here, and I don't think that would be helpful for anyone. But if you could kind of run through the general process that your guys use to price, and then what would make a job more pricey for someone, and what might save someone some money on their junk removal job.
As far as pricing goes, right? So we always give rough ranges. We always go, it depends on the region, right, and your location, but we'll always give you the minimum and the maximum, right? Per truckload, right? Because if you do a giant job, multiple truckloads, you'll have that too. So it's prorated by how much space you takes in the truck. On average, depending on the location, on any junk company, honestly, it's usually going to be like $100 to $800 per truckload, and that's usually for like something like a 14 yard to 18, maybe even 20 yard cubic volume container, right? We like to say it's like the contents of a small one car garage or like a 1-bedroom apartment, but that's even variable, right, depending on what you have in those garage or apartments. So it's priced by volume. So we always give you that. We can usually tell you like, hey, you're somewhere in the middle range, maybe from the description, but we really don't want to lock it in because again, once we give a price, right, and we can't honor the price because again, it was way off because we only heard a description. Even photos are hard to tell, which is why we want to come out in person. We always want to be able to give you that honest price and consult that way. But if it's like a standard item or a single item, we can give pricing that way. It's pretty straightforward because we actually know what the item is, right? Multiple items are a lot harder, which is why we come out to a free quote. And that's why, like, again, we want to consult and advise you as far as pricing goes, right? That, hey, save where you can first if you value savings, right? Too. If you want more speed and convenience and just have us do it all, we can do that as well. We also rent dumpsters. So if you compare it to like a dumpster, usually if you have a smaller job, it's going to be cheaper to just have us come out and do all the work for you. If you have a larger job and you want to save some money, you can rent a dumpster and you fill it yourself. For our dumpsters, which a lot of people don't know, we're one of the only companies that we do unlimited rentals. So you can keep that dumpster as long as you need, which is cool because you don't got to rush a project, right? So if you want more time, just keep it longer. We're not going to charge you anything extra. A lot of companies will do open-ended rentals, which sounds great, but if you forget about that and then you call the dumpster, you get picked up like 2 months later, you have all these extra day fees that can add up to a lot. We pride on, again, making it just easy for the client in that regard. That's a flat rate price and it gets tonnage included and all that, over the call, depending on what your project is.
Very cool.